Okay, so next I will implement the collision blocks. So I'm gonna create a folder. It's called blocks, and then I'm gonna create a class. It's called collision block. Okay, I'm gonna add collision. I'm gonna extend position component. So I'm gonna create the rectangle hitbox. Hitbox, and then I'm gonna things later. So in collision block, I'm gonna take the superposition and supersize. I think that's enough. And then I'm gonna add the priority. It goes to render priority. Oh, there is no barrier priority. I'm gonna add the cons barrier is goes to 150. So I'm gonna create a barrier, and for hitbox, I'm gonna create rectangle hitbox, and the size is size. Okay. So I think I'm gonna add the attribute or variable is called this gliding. The hitbox is gliding. I think for now that's enough. So let's go move to the tile. So you can see we can add the object layer. It's called walls. Walls, and then you need to choose the rectangle instead of rectangle. So you have to draw the rectangle. I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna add the bottom, and then again I'm create. Yep, I think that's enough. So let's go save and then back to the Android Studio and we go to the form world and then I'm gonna add function is load collision load walls and then I'm gonna create again. I'm gonna change this wall collision and then I'm gonna create final object layer is called form map form I think map tile map and then get layer and then when we add the walls I think here is the walls and I'm gonna add the generic type is called the object object group. Yep, and I'm gonna loop for tile object as an object and then object layers and object. Here, oh, I think I'm gonna add this notify that the object layer is not null, and so I'm gonna create final block is collision block, and then the position is to factor 2 and object object dot x multiplied by word scale and then object y multiplied by word scale and then for the size I'm gonna add the factor object height I think object width first multiplied by word scale and object height multiplied by word scale. So this is uh, this is enough, and then I'm gonna await at block. Yep, I think we're gonna see on debug mode is goes to true, as and then we run again. Oh, think I think I'm gonna clean first. So let's rebuild. Okay, let's go rebuild. Yeah, you can see it's the collision. So we we don't have to implement the collision block. So I think later we will add the collision on the player character. But for now, I'm gonna fix this blank black. So I'm gonna set the zero x0 y0 is equals to 0 by 0 on left of. So I'm gonna implement this is called on I think it's called on resize. Uh, I mean the generate and the override method. Uh, where is no implement method? So I'm gonna add manually. I think there is a method is called generate. So implement method. I think this is override method. Hmm, it's override. So I'm gonna stop first, and then it's void on game resize. This vector to size super on game resize. Yep. And then I'm gonna implement the set camera bound. Camera bounds, and here the vector to size. Here is game, and then we can access the camera component. I'm gonna set bounds. Okay, set bounds. Require the shape. I'm gonna use rectangle. and then rectangle from LTRV. Yeah, for the left is I'm gonna add the game size, size dot x divide by 2 game size dot y divide by 2, and for the right is tile map size dot x minus word scale, and then minus wait, I'm gonna goes to down for better code, and then size dot x divide by 2, and then this is tile map size dot y minus word scale, and size dot y divide by 2. Yep, I think that's enough. And then the player position I'm gonna add to uh 800. So on the movement speed I'm gonna increase to 200. So I'm gonna rebuild. Yep, I think this is better. The camera goes to set bounds. So okay, next I will implement the player hitbox. So let's get started. I'm gonna stop. So let's move to the player sprite, and then I'm gonna create the hitbox. Player base hitbox. I think I'm gonna change to base hitbox. So whenever the hitbox, I think the shape is always a rectangle. So I'm gonna create the plot hitbox, the function, and then go change to here, unload this hitbox. Um, I'm gonna change to rectangle hitbox. Rectangle hitbox, and then the position is position, and then the size is factor 2. I'm gonna set the 10 by 20 vector 2, and then the anchor, I'm gonna add this bottom center. So I'm gonna add a hitbox, sorry, and then I'm gonna add this hitbox and add, oops, I just want to see if the hitbox already create. Is want to use debug mode is going to true. I'm gonna run again. So why is not show? I think when I create the hitbox, the position, I don't want to use the position. So here are the hitbox, and then I think the position is need to uh, recreate. So I'm gonna drag to here. So in the position on the size, I'm gonna change to 5 to 10, and the position vector 2. Oops, vector 2 goes 50 by 50. Go start. I think it's too much. Oh, I mean this is 10 and this is 5, and this position maybe 25 and 25. So I think it's better. So I'm gonna change to down, and then oh, you can also add the color. So colors, you can add the oh, I think I have debug color. Yep, debug colors is going at the material. I'm gonna add the blue. Yep, and then for position X, I'm gonna change to 23, and the position Y, I'm gonna change to 30. So get restart. Yeah, I think it's better. It's not symmetric, so I'm gonna add 1 to 24. Yeah, I think it's better. So when the hitbox is gliding, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna add player to stop. We will gonna implement. Okay. So here, you need to add. I'm gonna stop this first. So here, I'm gonna add this. Mixin is collision callbacks. So in in this override, you in this section you need to override the method on collision. Uh, there is no collision. I'm check to generate. I mean this. I think this Android Studio is bugs, so it should have the override method on collision. Override and then void on collision. This is a set vector. Vector 2. This is intersection points and position component other. So I'm gonna call the super on collision. Yep, I think that's enough. I'm gonna check if other is collision block. So I'm gonna print this collide with block or walls. For collision block, I think I'm gonna set this rectangle hitbox in solid is true. So let's get started. When you reach the collision block, I think need to add need to do print, but it doesn't. So let's figure out. So I'm gonna stop first. I don't think so, but I'm gonna check the collision block class. I think this is need to implement method on load, and then I'm gonna add the hitbox. So the hitbox goes to the position component, and then in here in class game, I'm gonna add mixin has collision detection. So I think that's enough. So let's build again. Just we can see if the blue hitbox intersect with the collision, it should print the text. See, collide with hitbox or wall when I back. So yep, and then we need to implement on call on hit. I think for better, I'm gonna say on collision walls. I'm gonna I'm gonna add this intersect point. I'm gonna add the method. So here, set vector to intersect point, and then we need to stop the player position. So I'm gonna check if the direction equals direction dot up, direction dot up. Oh, I mean player direction, right? Player direction dot up, and then direction player down, right? I'm gonna stop the position. Dot y is goes to the last position. I think I'm gonna create the last position first. So I'm gonna create this vector 2 last position vector 2. I'm gonna set to 0. Yep, and then here in player movement, I'm gonna check this here, last position, set from position. So yeah, I think that's enough. And then we need to set last position dot y, and else if direction equals player direction is going left. I think this is or direction, player direction goes to right, and then the position dot x is equal to last position dot x. Let's go start. Okay, we will hit the hitbox, and then right, this will block the player movement. So if I go to top and then block, and then when I go to the right, it will block 2, and then we going bottom, and then this will block, player will block. Okay, for the collision detection, I think it's enough. So the next is we will make a house, and then the player can go to the house or to the home. So see you in the next video.